squad the tournament. Where are you at, and are there any main injury worries that are carrying at the moment?
We're fortunate to be in a pretty good place. So we've had 4 weeks of 3-day training camps leading into this, our first test week, and overall we've pretty healthy squad. Probably 2 or 3 players who had been coming back from injury are now in the reckoning to be fit for selection, which is wonderful. And then we've a pretty healthy crew, thankfully.
France is France, though, isn't it?
France is France, yeah, absolutely. They're a strong team, and I think you look at the history of this competition, they're thereabouts. France and England have been the standard bearers for a period of time, and I'm certainly under no illusions that it's going to be an easy game. I know they were definitely disappointed with the results they had in the autumn, and they've, in their own words, reviewed hard. So expect a bit of bounce in their step when they come to Belfast on Saturday.
Final question for me: expectations shifted after Vancouver. There must be within the group, if nothing else.
I think there's confidence in the group, and I think that's a real benefit to us going into the game. I think we worked hard on building a game model pre-Vancouver that gave us an opportunity to challenge the top teams in the world. We had a bit of success with that. We've had a period of time now through, I suppose, the winter to build layers on our game, and allied to that then comes an extra layer of confidence. And look, it's still going to be a strong physical challenge. We've got France with great footballers. They can play through you. They can try and play around you. They're smart players as well. So a relatively complete team, but I think we've definitely can put out a performance in terms of how we want to play and represent our country in as an Irish team, and do that with confidence. Yeah. Thank you.
Anyone else for Lloyd?
Hiya.
Megan, off the ball. Obviously the talk of the World Cup, but how are you keeping the girls focused on the Six Nations tournament? Because obviously everyone dreams of being on that squad.
Absolutely, yeah, they do. I think that's probably in the telescope or in the long distance view, definitely. It's a really, really exciting year. We've from this week through to the end of the World Cup, we know that we've got 10 test matches that could potentially go out to 13 if you play the knockout games in the World Cup. I guess for this group at the moment, the focus is on the now, because it feels like quite a while since we've played as a team. Most of our players have played in the Celtic Challenge, in the Clovers and Wolfhounds team, so they have had rugby together. They have had competitive training environments, but to put on an Ireland shirt is special, and we haven't done that for a while. So I think we're pretty excited to go out on Saturday and play France.
Of course, being a home game as well, the sport is just growing year on year.
Absolutely, yeah. I think that's a huge positive for us. I think the media was incredibly positive in the autumn, and all the communication from back home while we were away in Canada was awesome. It really was. I think, like any Irish team, the support is a special part of going out and representing your country. So I think we're pretty hopeful to get a great crowd at Belfast on Saturday. And, I think it's one where maybe families or people who didn't have an opportunity to go to an Aviva game this year, they might choose to come to one of our games and bring your family, bring some friends, actually get behind the country in what should be a nice spring day.
Best luck.
Thank you so much.
Can you just, for those who saw the Vancouver stuff as under a curtain, does last year's Six Nations on the Six Nations, could you just quickly sort of manifest it in sort of 3 lines? What are we going to see in this Six Nations that we didn't see in the last Six Nations? I mean, I could tip you off and say Rhino wasn't great in the last Six Nations.
Yeah, well, I think we've evolved our coaching group since a year ago. I started in August, as did Alex Codling. Garrett Steenson had some involvement in the squad, but he's with us more full-time now as well. So there's evolution and layers going in all the time. So I think to challenge for a Six Nations tournament, you have to have a strong set piece. You scrum and line it. So we've doubled down and we've gone after that. You've also got to have a strong defensive game, allied to your kicking strategy. So I think that was a growth for us in Vancouver, and it's another aspect of the game that we've got to continue to drive. But we also want to be ambitious in how we play the game. So, we've been developing different layers to our attack decision making, that when it might be on to move the ball or keep the ball alive, that we'll try and go after those opportunities as well.
Ron, if there was another one, if I may.
Yeah, sure.
I know you kind of detailed France's strengths and they're well known, but Is this a game that you feel, considering beating the Black Ferns, that you can go out and win? And is that something that the public should expect?
It's a great question. I think our expectation is that we'll challenge France. And like a high quality test match, for me, it comes down to moments. You know, there's big moments in games, and when you can win some of those moments, you put them in the bank. And if you lose some of them, they may cost you or they may hurt you points. So I think what we expect on the weekend is a strong challenge from France, but we'll go out to put out a strong Irish performance as well. And I'd love to tell you, yeah, we're definitely going to win, but the reality is it's going to come down to moments. And if we can put more in the win column, then we'll be in a great shape of winning the game.